If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Huwag magpabiktima, baka makompromiso lang ang privacy mo.
OMG! Nanalo ko ng BMW! Pero wala naman akong sinalihan eh.
Hi sir! Pa-fill up naman po ng online form namin with free gifts.
Yes, ako yun.
Sir, your 5 million peso loan has been approved. I need to verify your full name, address, and birthday.
My full name is...
Huwag magpabiktima sa mga modus na ganito. Ang personal information na ibinibigay mo ay maaaring magamit ng labag sa iyo. That is why privacy matters. Kakampi mo ang National Privacy Commission. Protektahan ang iyong right to privacy. Piliin ang pagkakatiwalaan ng personal information mo.
Nakakaasar, no? Would you believe may naloloko pa rin ito? Minsan ang teknolohiya, hindi puro happy at lucky lang. Pag nakompromiso ang iyong personal information at privacy, maaari itong makasama sa ating finances, ekonomiya, social life, love life at iba pa. Halimbawa, pagbukas mo ng email mo, daming messages na nag-o-offer. Di mo naman knows. Daming stalker ah. Ganito kasi yan, bes. Nag-post ka sa social media. Nag-register ka sa isang event. Hiningi nila yung personal information mo. Dahil excited ka at libre, binigay mo naman. Yung personal info mo, minsan, pinapasa ito para sa profiling o direct marketing. Buti ganyan lang. Paano kung ganito? Shocking, no? Pero don't stress yourself dahil meron na tayong batas dyan. National Privacy Commission ang kakampi mo sa iyong right to privacy. Life goal natin, ang maayos at secure na processing ng personal information mo. Know your rights, bes. You have the right to be informed, right to object, right to access, right to rectification, right to erasure or blocking, right to damages, right to data portability, at right to file a complaint. Maaari mo itong ipadala sa complaints@privacy.gov.ph. Kung may iba ka pang katanungan, ipadala sa info@privacy.gov.ph. Galing, di ba? At kung may magkakasala, National Privacy Commission din ang kakampi mo. At may kaparusahan sa paglabag ng right to privacy mo. Bes, ikaw lang ang pwedeng magsabi kung kanino ka magtitiwala. Yan ang ibig sabihin ng privacy. Visit www.privacy.gov.ph.
Uy, Isa! Nakita mo na ba yung bagong launch ng Pineapple laptop?
Hindi pa, patingin nga. Wow, ang ganda niya na. I really have to buy that one. But wait, what? $2,000 for that?
I know.
Ayokong mahal.
Check mo na lang sa ibang reseller. I'm sure may mas cheap pa.
Ito. This is way cheaper, right? Pwede na. Teka, isn't it too much for a single transaction? I might get scammed. Psst. Remember, for every transaction, only give out the necessary personal information. Isang paalala mula sa National Privacy Commission.
Technology is reshaping our lives. It dramatically changed the way we live, the way we learn, the way we work, and the way we communicate. Technology has tremendous potential to connect us with one another. But there are still people who remain unreached, disconnected, and deprived of digital opportunities. Tech4Ed centers serve as hubs that enable skills training and job opportunities.
We have more than 4,000 registered users, and about 67% are women, and majority composed of students as our beneficiaries. And why women? Because we are gender responsive, so all our programs are aligned with the gender and development program of our province.
Na tutunan ko yung ibang skills na dapat sa ibang schools na dapat per years dapat maano mo lang dito ng mabilisan ng mga months, mga 3 months, makakuha mo lang agad tapos maka-work ka agad.
This program helped me by finding a job and of course gaining more confidence as well. I was able to gain knowledge about the BPOs, on how does the environment work and how am I going to interact with my future customers.
As of now, as I would the call center agent, so I see that difference because as of now I'm earning more than I have earned before as a tricycle driver.
Hello and good afternoon. You are now watching NOLITC's 2D Animation and Visual Graphic Design webinars. And this is webinar 16 of Visual Graphic Design. And for today's topic, let's learn and explore Adobe Premiere Pro Colors this 28th day of October 2021, streaming live over YouTube and Facebook. Again, we would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you. This webinar is still part of the International Mental Health Awareness Month celebration. We are super excited to have you here, excited about all the amazing conversation we have lined up for you. My name is Red Lorente and I will be serving as your host. Post your greetings in the comment section. Let us know where you are joining us from. We would love to know. Also, please share this link to your peers, your friends, and your colleagues. And all together, let us learn. In 2020, NOLITC made a milestone when PhilSecNet awarded the center the Pandemic Resilience Award for its support to students and teachers category. We are also recognized nationally as Outstanding Tech4Ed Center by the Department of Information and Communications Technology. This year, the 3 programs of NOLITC are awarded or recognized with Star Awards by TESDA, namely 2-star awards in our Contact Center Services NC2 program, 2-star awards in our Visual Graphic Design NC3 program, and 1-star award in our 2D Animation NC3 program. The star rating systems are or recognizes the accomplishments and innovations, improvements of the center that the center has instituted beyond the minimum requirements set by TESDA. The Learning Center is one of the priority programs of Governor Eugenio Sebong Lacson under his 7-point priority agenda, Avance Negrense. NOLITC also offers various scholarship opportunities and free online training. So if you want to know more about our scholarship opportunities, kindly visit our website. That's www.nolitc.org. Let us now begin our webinar with a prayer to be followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem and the Negros Hymn.
O labing makagagahom nga amay namon sa langit. Mahinuklugon nga laon nga tagtugas ang langit, hangin, kalayo, tubig kag duta. Tanda ining imong timawa, kabay ining pag-ampo, magadulot sa amon sang kabuhi nga himaya. Salamat sa mga bugay nga imo ginpaambit sa amon. Salamat sa kabuhi nga ginadulot mo sa amon nga himpit. Salamat sa maayo nga panahon kag ilabi na gid sang imo katutom sa amon. Bendisyone ang imo katawhan. Bendisyone ang ila mga palangabuhian. Bendisyone ang mga panggas sa amon mga talamnan. Bendisyone ang ilang nga paglugayawan sa iban nga kapungsuran. Kabay makalabot sila nga walay sablag sa ila pagapadulungan. Kag ila binagid, bendisyone ining isla sang Negros nga amon natawhan. Kinahalad namon ang ining pag-ampo para sa imo kadayawan.
Bayang magiliw kaya sa silanganan, alam ng puso sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang inirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisihil. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may hilag ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kisap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdinigdig. Ang bituin at araw niyang kailan pa may ibagdinilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhagit pansinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Ang hinigaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo. Sa kita kapamilya, pag-uligay, pag-igay, pag-ibog, madapat mag-ari sa ating na probinsya. Magotod na Negrosano, isa katawungan, mapinalang gao, sa buong nadampuan na isakripiso, sa kauswagan, sa sikatao. Sa kasahan, abot wala may mapiling sa kaluluwa. sakripisyo sa kauswagan sa sikatao. Magtutukod na negosasyon, isa katao na mabigalang kahapon. Sa punadang ko ang dating sakripisyo, paghulikan, paghigain, paghigugmod, dapat maghari. Para sa kauswagan sa sikatao.
Hello there again, and greetings to our participants from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and to the other parts of the world. Thank you for joining us today. We encourage you to send the link to your peers, colleagues, and drop your comments, and let's all together make this 2-hour session interactive. This webinar is another pioneering project of NOLITC Tech for Ed. And NOLITC Tech for Ed the center has recently pivoted to online training and conducted various in-demand webinars such as this one. This is our urgent and most accessible response to the ongoing global pandemic through providing relevant services and facilitating digital inclusiveness to unserved and underserved communities. These webinars are absolutely free. That's right. To join, all you need to do is to register once and you will be given access to the entire NOLITC webinars. You don't need to register to each and every webinar. The registration is one time only, and you can now access the entire webinars. Let me also remind you to fill in the online attendance right now. The link to the online attendance is the attendance form is pinned in the comment section, or you may also access or scan the QR code flashed on your screen right now. We will not be able to catch up with all of your comments, so if you have any questions, kindly post them in the open forum form. All right. To participate in the open forum, you will need to post your questions through an online open forum form. Please also find the link in the description box below as well. You will also be receiving a certificate for attending this webinar online. You only need to accomplish the online evaluation and the online attendance as well. Again, those can be found in our description box below. I hope you're all catching up with me with some of our opening reminders. If you have not seen our previous posts yet, you can always check out our social media accounts, follow us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. To kickstart today's webinar, let us have the leader who has a vision and knows how to turn her ideas into real-life success stories. I am talking about the vocational school administrator and NOLITC Tech for Ed Center manager. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give a glad hand to Dr. Maria Cristina Orbicido.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to NOLITC webinar series. Thank you for being with us in a series of sessions that we have been conducting. This is our way of connecting and engaging with our stakeholders during this pandemic. I hope that you are all well and having a great day. I really appreciate you joining our online sessions. And again, we don't want to compromise your health, our health, and the health of the community at large. These webinars are brought to you by the Office of Governor Eugenio Jose Bong Lacson under the Gender and Development Program. Amid the global wave of lockdowns, there is an unprecedented rise in e-learning. The pandemic ushered a pressing need to improve the digital literacy of children, students, teachers, and even parents. To address these challenges, we hosted this webinar series to provide free online learning experience to students, teachers, and all our clients who wanted to make their lockdown experience more productive and meaningful. We believe that we need to adopt a new set of standards in learning. We advocate for adaptive learning and teaching to deliver a custom learning experience that addresses the unique needs of individuals through just-in feedback, pathways, and resources. Our goal is to empower our stakeholders to unlock their creativity, promote inclusiveness, and provide a safe learning experience in a virtual environment. We hope that you will learn a lot from this session, and I urge you to strive for excellence. Don't put limits to yourselves. Stretch yourselves to the limits and be the person that you want to be. Again, welcome to this webinar. Enjoy learning. Let's stay safe. Take care of yourselves and each other. Knowledge inspires, knowledge cares. Avance, Negrense.
Thank you very much, Dr. Arbisido, for that very meaningful welcome remarks. NOLITC continues to deliver relevant and COVID-free training programs through the strong support of our provincial government headed by our governor, Governor Eugenio Sebong Lacson. And to give us a message on behalf of the governor, let us have the Provincial Gender and Development Focal Point System Action Officer, Ms. Mari Jun P. Castro.
Pleasant greetings, everyone. On behalf of the Provincial Gender and Development Focal Point System, headed by our Governor Eugenio Jose Bong Lacson, I would like to extend our congratulations to all the participants of this webinar organized by the Negros Occidental Language, Information and Technology Center, headed by our innovative school administrator, Dr. Maria Cristina Orbicido, and supported by her dedicated staff. With the increasing cases of COVID-19 in the province and other parts of the country and the world, you, learning at the comforts of your home or wherever you are where you have stable internet connection, is by far the safest way of acquiring knowledge and skills which you can use for future employment or your eventual business in the future. As the action officer of the Provincial GAD Focal Point System, I am happy to note that our GAD budget is put to good use and is helping women, youth, and the marginalized sector in maximizing their potentials and in contributing to the economic development of their family. Also, NOLITC is helping to change gender relations and improve the status of women in our society. Congratulations to NOLITC and to all the participants for signing up in this course. I hope that you will complete the module, submit the requirements and evaluation so that you will be able to receive your certificates. Malipayon nga adlaw sa inyo tanan, and Avance, Negrense.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Castro, for that wonderful message. Before we get into the next part of our program, allow me to recognize our ever supportive and very interactive virtual participants, starting with our participant, of course, international participant, Sir Prasant BR. Thank you for joining us. We have here Miss Janine Havid. Good afternoon. Geno or Sir Geno from Coronel Jes Nino Cebu Technical University Malbal Campus. Hello there to all of you. Christina Soncho, Anna Marie Bilenson, okay, and our viewer from our YouTube channel, Sing Length TV. Watching all the way from Salay City, hello there. We have Anna Marie Bilenson, which I have already mentioned earlier. Jeyo Coronel from CTU, Mualbual Campus. Thank you for joining us. We have Ruby Moore Bermejo of Carlos Hilado Memorial State College, Xavier Verdon of SPED High School. Hello there. And to all of the staff and teaching staff and teachers, of course, of SPED High School. Thank you for joining us. Jeremy Rubino, all the way from Ilocos Sur. Thank you for joining us. Exan Bandas. All right, you are just right in time. Maria Mitch Hazel Delicano all the way from Alangilan, Bacolod City. Hi there. Love making ko Ilarmo and Sweetie Vendoy. Thank you for watching this webinar. I'm pretty sure that by joining in the webinar series of visual graphic design, you will be able to learn a lot of information about our topic this afternoon. I know you're all excited to begin, so without much waiting, we shall get into the main agenda of today. A true artist, they say, is not one who is inspired, but one who inspire others. It has the power to transform, to illuminate, to educate, and to inspire and motivate others. For those who have been following the ladderized visual graphic design webinar topics, our expert speaker today is already a familiar face to all of you. He is one of the greatest, passionate, and dedicated artists and trainers that we have here at the center. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us have to our virtual stage Mr. Ian Christian Antonio.
Good afternoon, Ms. Red.
Hello there, Sir Ian. Good afternoon. And would you like to greet our virtual audience as well?
So I guess so. Good afternoon to all here watching our webinar via YouTube and
Yes.
via Facebook.
Exactly, Sir Ian. There are a lot of them waiting excitedly for you to begin, actually. But for this afternoon, we will have um, discussion about Premiere Pro, which you have also discussed in a couple of webinars ago, right? So can we tell our audience what to expect in today's session?
I guess we are in the part 3 of introduction to the basic Adobe Premiere Pro. So all about colors. Okay. So I guess one of the essential part when it comes in designing is this one is all about colors. Okay.
Yeah.
So colors gives for me gives connection to the audience, especially it can provoke or something. Yes, it can provoke it can evoke the emotions and feelings of the viewers, especially how you deliver that certain color.
Yes, absolutely. And certain colors is representing some symbols or meanings, right?
Yes, Miss Rand, precisely.
Okay. Yes, Sir Ian. We can't wait to hear what you've got to say. I now give you the virtual floor.
I thank you, Miss Rand. So once again, so good afternoon to all of our participants here. So watching via Facebook and via YouTube. Okay. So again, so it's this topic is all about colors. So I mean how to apply colors using Adobe Premiere Pro. So yan, so sabi ko kanina, so one of the essential part when it comes in designing. So not only in video, also in something like certain materials that you want to use in your something marketing platform. So this is yes, this is color. Okay, so again, so color gives connection to our viewers, so it can evoke or it can evoke the emotions and feelings of that certain viewer. Okay, so like for example, so yung kulay na ginamit mo is yung something yung more doon sa something dark. So it means yung motive mo or something yung theme mo. So kapag nakikita ng viewer yan, so something alam na nila na yung video na yan is something dramatic or something parang sadness yung ano niya, yung effects niya. Okay, so yan yung sabi ko na it can evoke the emotions. Then like for example, gumamit ka ng something highly saturated na na kulay ng like for example, more doon sa vibrant colors. So most likely, so it means yung target audience mo is good for kids or children na kapag nakikita nila is medyo nag-evoke yung emotions nila na parang nagiging masaya sila. Okay? So that's the impact of using a color. Okay? So color actually is not easy. Okay? So dapat meron kang something, you have a talent like you have a keen of eye, then not only that one, so dapat meron ka ding a lot of patience when editing or applying a color. Okay? So medyo ano siya talaga, medyo hindi ganoon kadali when it comes mag-edit ng a certain color. Okay? So unlike doon sa sa Photoshop, so we can say na yung image is most likely is plain yan. So it means we can when it comes when applying a color for that image, so medyo hindi siya ganun kahirap compare dito sa Premiere. So Premiere, kung titingnan natin habang motions, it means we cannot predict yung lights na kung anong kadaming lights doon sa sa in a certain videos or in a certain footage. Okay, so like for example, within 3 seconds maganda yung light, then in a long term yung lights medyo kung titingnan natin medyo mababa na. So it means we have to have a lot of patience because we cut that video, then for that cutted video, so it means mag-apply ulit tayo ng or something magko-correct tayo ng color. Okay? So yan yung yung sinabi ko na dapat you have a lot of patience when it comes in editing a color. Okay? Okay, so next, so we have two important factor here or something. We have two important tones that we have to consider when using a color. Okay, so one is we have color correction. Then the other one is we have color grading. Okay, so when we say color correction, so is fixing photos or videos match a consistent standard or of appearance. Okay, so like for example, so nag-shoot kayo, then yung footage is yung sometimes yung medyo lack of exposure, kulang sa lights, di kaya is ng medyo mataas yung lights. So dito na papasok yung color corrections. Okay? So yung gagawin natin when it comes sa color corrections, i-adjust natin yung lights, okay, into standard na appearance na kapag titingnan, so medyo pleasing siya at hindi masakit sa mata. Okay? So diyan papasok yung color correction. Then yung second one na sinabi ko is yung color grading. So is the process of stylizing the color scheme of your footage on top of what you've established through the color corrections. Okay? So it means after correcting a color in your footage, so yung next na gagawin natin, so diyan na tayo mag-apply ng color na something gusto natin. Okay? Like for example, we want to add something warm color or we want to add something cool color. So diyan na papasok into color grading. Okay? So again, so we have two important factors here that we have to consider when it comes to edit a color. So we have color correction, then the second one is we have color grading. Okay? So aside of two, so we have also other factors like for example that we have to consider also the meaning of color. Okay? So we have to be careful when choosing a color. So like for example, when we choose red, so it means the meaning of red is something power. So if we choose green, it's all about nature. If we choose blue, it's all about something, it's feel calmness. Okay? So medyo be careful when it comes also to use color because it's something have different meanings. Okay? Then I advise also that when we edit a color, so dapat hindi masyadong something mataas yung value niya. Like for example, so yung red, too much red, na sometimes na kapag nakikita ng viewer, so either ma-stress siya or something irritated siya. Okay? So ayaw naman natin 'yan, okay? So we have also to consider that one, okay? Then the question is now is how we apply a color. So we have different steps when applying a color. Okay, so first we will go into the pre-production. So we have to choose a picture profile. Okay, so all cameras have predetermined picture profiles that allow you to modify the footage you are capturing. So a picture profile is a set of parameters establishing the baseline characteristics for your footage. Like for example, so we have color, saturation, and tone. That gives your film a consistent look. So I advise to shoot in a flat profile. So yan yung pinaka talaga. When you say flat, it's which create low contrast, neutral footage that can better enhance during post-production. So kung titingnan natin, so parang wala siya masyadong highlights, wala siya masyadong color. So parang something neutral lang talaga yung yung profile ng kinukuha mong video. Okay? So it means kapag yan yung raw material for pre-productions, so hindi ka na talaga mahihirapan when it comes sa post-productions. Okay? So madali na lang sa iyo yung maglagay or something mag-correct ng colors. Okay? So yan yung pinakauna. Then second, so we will go na into post-production. So for post-production, yung unang gagawin natin, yan yung sinabi ko kanina, yung color corrections. Okay? So we will adjust yung white balance. Okay? So mamaya ipapakita ko kung ano yung white balance. Okay? So actually yung white balance help present colors truthfully on your video camera by determining the temperature of your white light. So color temperature that and tint can affect by way all of your other colors look. So it is important to define the level of your white to establish a baseline. Okay, so actually in white balance, so we have temperature, then we have tones. Okay, so when we say temperature, either if you want something yung video nyo, something cool, so it means yung white balance natin, so i-adjust natin more doon sa blue. Okay, then yung alternate niya when it comes to temperature, yung blue, so yung alternate niya is we have warm color. So, i-adjust natin naman doon sa something more naman doon sa something orange. Okay? So, we have, again, for the temperature, we have cold temperature. Then, we have also warm temperature. Then, for the tint is we have also, you can adjust into green or something magenta. Okay? So, mamaya ipapakita ko kung ano yung sinasabi kong white balance. Okay? Then, next, after adjusting the white balance, okay, so the third one is also, we can consider it also belong doon sa color corrections. So we have to fix yung tones, okay? So by fixing yung tones, dyan tayo mag-adjust ng contrast, dyan tayo mag-adjust ng highlights, ng shadows, ng exposures, kung medyo kulang yung lights or kung medyo sobra yung lights. Okay? Yan yung third one na gagawin natin mamaya. Then, yung fourth, so, sometimes nakikita ko is medyo nahihirapan talaga yung nai-edit kung anong karami na yung kulay na ginagamit niya. So, sa Premiere Pro actually, so we have story dyan. So, we can use yung tinatawag na scopes. Okay? So, yung scopes is useful yan when it comes sa color monitoring. So, mamaya ipapakita ko rin dyan yung paggamit ng scopes. Okay, then number 5. So, okay, so this one is more na ito sa color grading. So, we have to match the color. Okay, so, sa Premiere Pro, have a lot of preset or tinatawag namin minsan LUTs. Okay, we can use that one. Okay, then, after niyan, so we can modify yung LUTs. Like for example, mag-add lang tayo ng saturations, ng sharpness, ng vibrance. Then we can also adjust yung LUTs for the intensity. Then we can also use yung curves dyan sa color match. Okay, then next, Okay, so minsan ito, so medyo, like for example, nag-apply na tayo ng color correction, nag-apply na tayo ng color grading, but minsan yung subject natin, nakikita natin, parang medyo kulang pa rin doon sa lights. So, I advise to do a secondary color corrections, specific for that area, specific for that subject, okay? So, it means gagamit tayo dito ng mask, or we can also use another properties here in Premiere Pro that can correct a certain or a certain specific area na lagyan natin ng lights or ng color. Okay? So, again, so do a secondary color correction. Then, number 7, okay? So, sometimes we will make a final adjustment. Okay? So, yan. So, we have also here in Premiere Pro something naka-layers yan, yung mga color na ginagamit natin. So, sometimes kapag gumagamit tayo ng color correction for that subject, then we have also to apply color correction for that background. So sometimes hindi match yung color nila. Okay? So, we will have to make a final adjustment. Okay? So, it means mag-apply tayo ng another color overall para sa kanilang dalawa. Okay? To be something to be matched. Okay? So, yan yung pinaka-last steps na gagawin natin mamaya. Okay? So, aside dyan, so actually we have also something to consider na, okay, so I guess masasabi ko na parang major factor ito. So, yung hardware na ginagamit natin, especially yung monitor na ginagamit natin. So, dapat I advise na dapat yung monitor na ginagamit natin is maganda yung calibration niya. Okay? So, para hindi talaga tayo mahihirapan sa pag-edit ng color dito. Okay? So, I guess medyo naparami na yung introduction ko. So, without further ado, so I will share my screen. Okay, so again, so our objective here is, okay, so we will learn how to apply a color in a video. Okay, so again, so this is a basic. It means I will do it from the scratch talaga. Then I guess so when applying a color, so medyo maraming technique niyan. So I truly advise kung saan kayo comfortably. So diyan na lang kayo magpo-focus. Okay? So let's begin. So when you open a Premiere Pro, okay? So actually ito yung unang makita natin. So I guess na discuss ko naman ito into my last 2 parts in introduction to the basic Premiere Pro, yung basic tools at saka yung effects. So yes, we have 2 here. So we have new project and open project. Okay? So when we say open projects, it means we have existing design that we want something to update or something to modify. But when you are creating into something scratch, then you must choose the new project. Okay, so I will select here the new project. Okay, then when selecting a new project, so may lalabas diyan na properties. Okay, so first we have title of the document. So let's say lagay ako diyan ng color. Then don't forget to assign the location kung saan magsisave yung project nyo. So I will browse, then I will select the stuff. So meron ako ditong folder. So I guess that one. So I will select this folder, colors. Okay, so I advise na kapag gumagamit ng Premiere Pro, so talagang need to organize talaga yung files. Okay, so especially yung mga raw material nyo, yung footage na gagamitin nyo. So, lagay nyo into one folder. Okay? So, yan. So, I will choose colors. Then, I will select the folder. Okay? Then, for the video rendering and playback, so, I will truly advise na kung meron kayong CUDA, okay, so, please select that one. Okay? So, medyo mag-accelerate yung GPU nyo when it comes sa pag-edit ng video. Okay? So it means medyo ma-minimize natin yung sinasabing lag dito. Okay? Then for the display format, so I will use na lang yung standards. We have time code. Then for the audio format, okay, so I will use also the same standards. So we have audio samples. Then for the captures, either you can use the DV, yung standard definition of capture format, or kung gusto niyo talagang high definition, you can choose yung HDV. But now I will use the, okay, so yeah, let's say HDV na lang para makita natin yung effect talaga ng color. Okay? Then, kapag okay na kayo, then don't forget to press okay. Okay, so we will wait. Okay, so ito na siya. Ito yung interface ng Adobe Premiere Pro. Okay, so again, for the first time na gumamit nito, so I guess medyo ma-overwhelm talaga kayo sa Premiere Pro. So it's have a lot of workspace here. So we have assembly, so we have editing, so we have color, we have effects, we have audio, then we have graphics. Okay, so for my last 2 webinars, so mostly so nagpo-focus tayo dito sa editing, then yung isa is nagpo-focus tayo dito sa effects. But now, okay, so dito naman tayo magpo-focus into the color. Okay, so dito naman tayo magpo-focus. Okay? Sige, so punta muna ako dito sa editing. Okay, so next, so yung gagawin natin, so we will identify the ways how to apply a color. Actually, we have different ways dito. I guess we have 3 ways to apply a color. So, like for example, okay, so mag-import muna ako ng footage. Okay? So, I guess we will use this one. Okay, I'll try use this one. Okay, so this material actually is not mine. So, I downloaded this one in the internet. So, it's called Pixels. Okay, it's a free footage that you can practice. Okay? So, yung gagawin ko, okay, so hindi na ako maggagawa ng sequence, but I will follow na lang yung sequence na nandito sa footage na yun. Okay, so I will hold left click, then I will drag this one into my timeline. Okay? Okay, so if we try to see, so automatically, so gumawa na siya ng sequence based dito sa footage na na-import ko. Okay, so ito na yung raw material natin. So I guess we have to adjust yung interface natin. So medyo palakihin ko lang yung program monitor natin para makikita natin yung output. Okay, so again, so we have a different way when applying a color in a video. So, sige, so papakita ko yung first. So, you can use effects. Okay. So, pwede dito or pwede din dito. Okay. So, dyan, pwede din dyan actually. Okay. Then, search nyo lang yung Lumetri effects. Okay. Then, hahanapin lang natin dito yung okay, so I guess I have a lunch. Oops. Medyo madami yung okay, preset ko. So I guess ito siya. So hanapin na natin yung effects ng Lumetri color. Then yung gagawin ko from effects is I will hold left click yan. Okay, papunta dito sa footage ko. Okay? Yan siya. Yan yung unang way. Then, if we try to say, okay, kapag nandito tayo sa effects control, okay, so nandito lahat yung property of colors. Okay? Ito yung basic correction. Then, we have also color grading. Okay? Yan yung unang way. Okay? Then, yung second way, okay, so either, okay, so hindi tayo gagamit ng effects. So, we will go dito sa color na workspace. Okay? So, yung gagawin nyo is select nyo lang yung footage na gusto nyo i-adjust yung kulay. Okay? Then, automatically, so, nandito na yung nandito na yung properties of colors. Okay? We can adjust yan, yung warm, ayo yung temperature, either pupunta tayo into cool color or pupunta tayo into warm color. Okay, so we have two ways, either FX or punta lang kayo dito sa color. Okay, but sometimes, okay, so we have a certain situation, okay, like for example, so nakat nyo yung video nyo, okay, so yan. Then, when applying color, okay, so like for example, I will select yung unang nakat na video ko, okay, then apply ko, example, apply ko yung temperature into warm color, so mag-add ako ng warm color, okay. So, if we try to see, okay, so, yan, kapag nandito na tayo into another cut, so yung na-apply nating video, yung na-apply nating color, so hindi nag-apply dito into other cut. Okay. So, I have a solution here. So, either kapag yan, medyo manabi na yung na-cut, so you can use, okay, adjustment layer. So, yan, right-click lang dito. Then, punta lang into new item. Then, punta lang into adjustment layer. Okay, then, yung settings, okay na ako dito. So, I will press okay na lang. Then, apply ko yung adjustment layer dito into top of my video 1. Okay, so, nandito siya into video 2. Then, I will use effects. Okay, then I will use lumetri color. Okay. So, yung adjustment layer actually parang blank footage siya na more in applying effects. Okay? So, kapag mag-apply tayo ng effects into something para doon sa lahat ng footage natin, so mostly ginagamit natin ito yung adjustment layer. Okay, so let's check. So, we have here adjustment layer, then nandito na yung effects of lumetri color sa effects control niya. Then let's try again to adjust the temperature. Okay? Adjust natin into warm color. Okay, so let's try to play. Okay, so yan. So if we try to see, so ito yung unang na-cut natin. Then into second cut, so nandyan pa rin yung color natin. Okay, so it means nababari yung kulay natin dito sa adjustment layer. Okay, so if I want to expand here until the end of my footage, so yung color, so yes, so yan, so if you try to see, na-apply niya into whole footage talaga. Okay, so yan yung isang way, or yung isang way, right? So if we have a lot cut video here, okay, so I will select yung yung first cut, okay? Then, okay, so delete muna natin yung lumetri color here, the effects of lumetri color, okay? So, hindi ako gagamit ng adjustment layer, but instead, so, yung gagawin ko para mag-apply yung lahat ng color ko, okay, into my whole footage, okay, even meron siyang cut. So, okay, so we have master here. So, I will select lang yung master, okay, at dito ako mag-apply ng effects, okay. So, like for example, mag-add pa rin tayo ng temperature. Yan yung warm color. Okay, oops. Sige, medyo pakita lang natin muna at least. Yan. Okay, so kanina, so kapag nag-apply tayo direct dito sa footage, so kung saan footage lang, so dyan lang nag-apply yung color natin. But now, so I will use master. So if we try to see, so yung function niya actually parang same na gumamit tayo ng adjustment layer. Okay, so yan. So yan yung mga way kapag gusto nating mag-add ng color. Okay, sige. So undo lang muna ako. Okay. So next is punta na tayo into our main agenda talaga. How to apply yung color. Okay, so I will delete ito. Then, okay, so yung gagawin ko is Okay, so I guess delete ano yan yung ibang nakat. Okay? So by deleting, so yung gagawin lang is just use lang yung select tool, highlight lang yung mga footage, then press lang yung delete. Okay? Then you can snap yan. Okay, sorry. So I guess from start na lang. So I will drag na lang yung yan. Yung full footage na lang without cut. Okay. Okay, so this time, so we'll go to the properties of colors. So yung gagawin ko is dito na lang ako. So punta ako dito sa workspace of color. Okay. Then dito, okay. So nandito yung mga property of how to edit color. Okay. Sige. So isa-isahin natin yung property. Okay. So dito sa top, actually we have lumetri color. So yung lumetri color, actually we have add lumetri color. So sabi ko kanina, so yung effects of color, parang meron siyang layer na, like for example, okay, mag-add ako ng another color. Okay, so to see the layer, so punta lang kayo dito sa effects. Okay, so we have that one. So like for example, this is my, rename ko lang. Okay, so like for example, so this is my color correction. Okay. Then we have color correction. Okay. Then I will add another effects of color or another layer of color. Then if we try to see sa effects control dito sa source program. Okay. So we can see naman yung another effects of color. Then I can rename that one as color. Okay. Yan. So we have parang layer of effects of color. Okay? Yan yung purpose ng add color. Okay? So I will undo. Okay? So we have that one. Okay? Then next is, okay, so punta na tayo into color corrections. Okay? So we have basic corrections. Okay? So kanina, so sinabi natin, so we have first two steps when it comes to post-productions. Okay? Doon, under doon sa color correction. So we have to apply the white balance, then we have to apply the tone. Okay, so unahin natin yung white balance. Okay, so medyo yan. Tingnan natin. Okay, so for the white balance, so we have temperature and tint. Okay, for the temperature, we can apply warm color or we can apply full color. Okay, so we have two here malang dito. So if you drag to the left side, so it means you are applying full color. But if you drag into the right side, so it means you are applying warm color. Then for the tint, so if you have something more green color, then you have to adjust that one. So it means you have to eliminate that green. Okay, so you have to add magenta. Okay. Then if you have more in magenta, then something you have to eliminate that color. Then it means you have to apply the green portion. Okay? So drag mo lang papunta into left side. Okay? Or either, so you can also manually add a value. Like for example, okay, you want to apply 0.4 for the warm color. Okay? Kapag positive yung cursor natin, so pumupunta yan into right side. But if you applying negative yung value, okay, observe. Let's say, palakihin natin. Negative 4. Okay, or let's say, negative 40. Okay, so it means yung property mo is dito naman pumupunta into the left side, more in full color. Okay, so again, so either you can drag that one, left or right, based on your intended, or either you can manually adjust. Okay? Okay, so adjust natin yung white balance dito. So, yung ginagawa ko minsan, so I have here lot. So, when we say lot, so it means we have preset. Okay. Yan. So, kung medyo nahihirapan talaga kayo dito, so you can choose that one. Or kung wala dyan yung gusto nyo, yung ginagawa ko, minsan, So I will use the eyedropper. Okay. So click lang yung eyedropper. Okay. Then choose lang yung white area dito sa video. Okay. To get a standard appearance. Okay. Then automatically, yan, nag-adjust na yung white balance natin. Okay. So again, so eyedropper. Okay. So like for example, okay. So I want this white area. Okay. I'm good enough for that. So if you try to see, nag-adjust na yung white balance natin. Ito yung before, then ito yung after. Okay? Then next, we will go to the tone. Okay? For the tones, so we have here exposure, contrast, highlight, shadows, whites, and blacks. Okay? So exposure, it means you're playing in the total lights of your video. Either you can add yan, lights. Kung yung footage mo is medyo kulang doon sa lights, add lights, or if your footage is medyo sobra sa lights, okay, you can minimize yung lights. Okay, but dito, okay, so I guess we will add a minimal value lang. So, well, let's try 0.4 yung value. Okay? So, yan yung sabi ko kanina. So, dapat kapag nag-adjust tayo ng, or something nag-correct tayo ng color, so, wag dapat sobra. Okay? So, masakit sa mata. Like, for example, ganyan, masakit sa mata. Okay? So, dapat yung pinaka-minimal lang na kapag titingnan yung footage nyo, something pleasing yung output niya. Okay? So, like, for example, yung subject nyo is parang di masyadong makita. So, add lang ng minimal na lights. Okay? Then, we have also contrast. Okay? So, yung contrast is nag-add siya ng yung light, nag-add siya ng more light, then yung dark, nag-add siya ng more dark. Okay? So, let's try to adjust. Okay? Ito yung last. Then ito naman yung sobra. Okay? So, parang something high, naka-high saturated yung natin. Okay? So, I guess, wag lang sobra. So, let's try again. Okay? 0.4. Okay, or okay, so you can also drag that one by pressing this yung cursor. Okay? Oops. Okay, so I guess let's try wag lang sobra. Let's try 8. Okay? Then we can add highlights. Okay? So let's say 0.4. Okay? So yung highlights is yung parang reflection ng mga yung source of lights. Okay? So, kapag naka-powerful yan, okay, so, yan, parang same sila ng exposure, but exposure is the total. So, pati yung subject mo is, you try to notice. So, apektado dito sa exposure. But if you want something specific area lang, na lights, so, you have to adjust yung highlights. Okay? Okay, so let's wag lang sobra. Okay, so I guess yeah, apply. Or lang, then yung shadow, okay, either you want to add shadow, so drag lang pala. Okay, or either okay, so parang gusto niyo minimize yung shadow, drag lang pa right. Okay, so I guess okay, so I will use 4. Okay. So again, in color correction, so we are adjusting lang yung lights at saka yung minimal value of colors, okay, into something something neutral lang. Okay? Wala lang munang stylish dito. Okay? Then for the white, okay, so like for example, yung highlights mo, so if you want something to add more white, so dito tayo mag-adjust into whites. Ito yung maximum value niya. Then ito naman yung kapag masyadong mababa na talaga yung value niya. Okay? So, I guess, okay? So, wag lang sobra. So, we can adjust naman yan later. Okay? After ng color grading natin. Okay? Then, black. Okay? So, if you want to add more black dun sa shadow, so it means dito kayo pumunta into black. Okay? Either ito yung positive value niya. So medyo more siya sa white, but if yung if yung value niya is comes into negative, so ito naman yung nangyayari. So nag-add siya ng black. Okay, but I guess add lang tayo ng minimal. So I guess negative 8. I'm good enough for you. Okay. Okay, so we have that one. Then we have also saturation. Okay, so either you want to add saturation or you want to something to desaturate yung video. But now, okay, so hindi ko lang muna gagalawin yung saturations. So yung purpose ng basic correction is good for correcting colors lang. Okay, so mamaya ko lang gagamitin yung saturations when it comes sa color grading. Okay, so we have that one. So let's try to check. Ito yung before, then ito yung after. Okay, then now we will go to the color grading. Okay, so minimize ko lang muna yung basic corrections. Okay, for the color grading, so we have creative. Okay, so you can use scope. Okay, so if you want to see the history of your colors, okay, so nandito yung scope. Okay, so we have here. Okay, either you can add histogram, then you can add wag lang. Right-click lang, then yan. So you can add vector scope. Okay. So for this scope, so dyan kita natin yung deliberation ng kulay. So kung yung kulay natin is more on red or yung kulay natin is we deliver proportional. So kapag titingnan natin, so naka-center yan yung scope natin. Okay? So you can use scope kung medyo nahihirapan talaga sa pag-i-edit ng color. Okay? Yan. Okay, so balik na tayo dito sa creative. Okay. So for the creative, so we have also lot dito. So like for example, I can use that one. So we have I have here a lot of lots. Okay, so I have Cine 10 the barb or Cine 11 the barb. Okay, then we can adjust the intensity of that lot. Okay, so kung medyo sobra yung apply natin a lot. Okay, or gusto niyo talaga sobra o yan. Okay, so you can adjust the intensity. Okay, then punta tayo dito ulit. Then we can also browse yung lot. So kung meron kayong preset dyan or na-download na free, okay, you can browse that one. Okay, so like for example, so I have here. So, okay, so I guess, okay, so we'll try to use cinematic lot. Okay, okay, so try natin yung orange and pink. Okay, then I will open that one. So if you have orange and pink, then you can adjust the intensity of lot. Okay, so ito, so hindi na kayo masyadong nahihirapan. Okay, so you can use lot. Okay, but for now, so none lang muna. Okay, para ma-explore natin talaga yung ibang property ng creative. Okay, so none, so wala lang munang lot. Okay, oops. Okay, so creative, so none lang muna. Okay, then okay, punta na tayo dito sa adjustment. Okay, so we have faded film. Okay, so if you want to something parang kagaya ng film, yung parang naka-cinematic siya. Okay, so nag-add siya ng something gray. Okay, yan. So you can add that one. You can adjust the faded film. Okay, so I guess I have to adjust that one into something 8. Okay, then we have sharpen. Okay, if you want to make your footage sharp. Okay, oh, not too much. Okay, so medyo parang hindi na siya natural. Okay, so we have to apply something minimal. Okay, so let's try. Oops, sorry. Let's try to zoom that one. So tingnan natin kung kapag yung sharpen natin is nasa negative na value. Okay, ito yung nangyayari. Medyo blurry yan. Okay, so it means if you want to add something blur into the background, you can use sharpen. Okay. But if you add something, okay, so I guess 45 ay good enough for that. Okay? Okay, so sumunod tayo. Sorry. Okay. Try to play. Oops. So I guess i-try natin ito. Right, so again, we have to simplify. Okay. Next, we'll go to the vibrance. Okay, so if we want to add something more colors, we can use vibrance. Okay, so vibrance actually is more siya into background. Like for example, that one. I want to add more colors. Yan. Pero if we try to notice, yung subject natin parang hindi affected dun sa vibrance. Kung gusto niyo overall yung paglagay ng colors or pag-adjust ng colors dito or pag-enhance ng colors, okay? So, dito naman papasok yung saturations, okay? Pati yung, kung titingnan natin, pati yung subject. So, yan, nag-add siya ng colors, okay? So, I guess, minimal lang natin. So, I will add slightly vibrance, good for background. Then, I will add slightly, okay, saturation, good for my background and for my subject, okay? So, that one. So, let's try to see, okay? So, this is before, then this is after. So, if you try to see, parang medyo buhay na yung video natin. So, try natin doon sa pati yung basic fractions. Okay, ito yung kanina, then ito na ngayon. Okay, so if you try to see, parang alive na yung image natin. Okay, then we have also shadow tint and highlight tint. Okay, like for example, so yung shadow, mag-add ako ng color dito. Okay. Okay. I have that one. Then for the highlight, so I can also add warm color dito. Wag lang sobra. Okay? Kasi kapag sobra, yan, lumalabas na yung mga ibang artifacts dyan. Okay? So that, medyo minimal lang talaga yung pag-adjust ng color. Okay? Hanggang, meron pa tayong artifacts dito. Okay? So gusto ko mawala yung artifacts. Okay? So I guess, okay? So I guess, I want parang medyo okay kapag yan. How about yung shadow natin? Okay, so I adjust ko lang into warm color yung shadow natin. Then yung highlight tint natin, adjust ko lang into cool color. Okay, so dapat alternate yung mga colors natin. Okay. Then we have tint balance. Okay, so either more ka doon sa warm color or either more ka doon sa cool color. But for now, okay, so let's try to play. So, and dyan pa yung artifacts. Okay, so dyan. So, dapat minimal lang yun. Okay. Then, for the tint balance, somehow okay na ako dyan. Okay, so let's check. This is before, then this is after. Okay? Then, next. Okay, so, okay na tayo sa creative. Okay, so, punta naman tayo dito sa curves. Okay? For the curves actually, so parang same din doon sa contrast. But, yung curves, so we can apply yung highlights at saka yung shadows into something kung saan na area yung gusto natin. Okay? So unlike kanina dito, so general, so lahat is nag-apply. But now dito, so we'll try one. Okay, so like for example, ito yung highlights. Okay, if I drag yung curves papunta dito sa left, so yung highlights natin, so nag-a-add siya ng white. Okay, but if I drag yung highlights natin pababa, so yung nangyayari naman, so nag-add siya ng something dark. Okay, then dito sa ilalim, ito naman yung shadow natin. Okay, so if I drag yung shadow natin paitaas, so yung shadow natin nag-a-add siya ng lights. But if I drag yung shadow natin papunta dito into the right, so yung shadow natin, so nag-add siya ng more shadow. But yung pinaka-common dito, so yung tinatawag nilang is curves. Okay? So like for example, I will drag yung highlights. Ganyan. Okay? Then, I will drag yung shadow pa ibaba niya. Okay? Ito yung tinatawag nilang as curve. Okay? Then, if you want something cinematic, aside doon kanina sa faded found, so we can also use that effects by adjusting the curves. Okay? Adjust lang yun. Parang ganyan. Okay? So, if you want parang cinematic yung effects niya. Okay. So, yun na lang. So, dapat okay, so let's try to check. Ito yung before, ito yung after. Okay? So ito yung curves. Then we have also specific curves here if you want to adjust specifically the red. Yan. Okay, then the alternate of red. So we have cyan. Okay? You can add cyan. So yung gagawin lang is pababa lang yung graph ng curves natin. Okay, then we have also green. If you want to add more green, so drag lang pa left. Then if you add something magenta, drag lang pa down. Okay. Then we have blue. Okay, so we have yan. If we drag to left, so nag-add siya ng more blue. Then if I drag pa ilalim, so it means we have another color na yellow. Okay. So yung alternate ng RGB actually, so we have cyan white. Okay, so cyan magenta at saka yellow. Okay, so but dito, yes, sige, try natin yung blue. Okay, so medyo gusto ko yung more doon sa color na. Okay? We have that one. Okay, so minimal lang dapat. Then, next. Okay, so we have hue saturation curves under pa rin dito sa curves. Okay. So if we want to adjust specifically yung kulay, like for example, if we want to adjust yung blue dito, okay, into something, mag-add tayo ng saturations, mag-add tayo ng more vibrant na blue. So we'll use the hue saturation curves. Okay. So we have dito, madami dito actually. So yung pinaka-common na lang yung gagamitin natin. So we have U versus SAT, we have U versus U, then we have U versus Luma, Luma versus SAT, SAT versus SAT. So we have 5 sats dito. Okay. So unahin natin yung U versus SAT. Okay. So gagamit lang ako ng eyedropper. Then I will select the specific color using eyedropper. Okay. So kung titingnan natin dito sa graph, so we have point dito. Then if I drag pataas niyan, so if we try to notice, nag-add siya ng more saturated na. Okay. So pag paibaba naman, so medyo na desaturate na yung kulay natin na. Okay, so I will add yan. Okay, so minimal lang. Okay, then pag gusto nyo dito, okay. Oops. Okay, so medyo. Okay, so medyo minimal lang. Okay, so we have that one. Okay. Then, yung U versus U, okay, so if I drag down, yan, so medyo napapalitan yung kulay, like for example, you have a specific color here, that one, then, oops, sorry. Ito pala. So, I will use eyedrop under U versus U, okay, then I have to change the color of green, yan, okay, so you can use that one. You can change the color. Okay, yan yung U versus Q. Okay, then we have also U versus Luma. Then You can use also the eye drop, okay? Like for example, so dito, okay? Then, medyo adjust yung lights. Okay, so you can observe. Okay, so wag na lang eye drop para makita lang natin yung effects. Okay? Adjust na lang natin yung luma. Ito yung luma, okay? So, kung titingnan natin, yung kulay ng if we want to adjust the specific color na lights dito. So, yan, medyo nagda-dark siya or you can add more lights. Okay, ito yung U versus luma. Okay. So, but for now, okay na ako dyan. Okay, so we have that one. So, we have U versus U saturation curves. Okay. So, again, if you want to adjust specific color, so you can use the U saturation curves. Okay. So, okay na tayo sa curves. Then, punta naman tayo dito sa color wheels. Okay, so we have shadows. Okay, so if you want to adjust the overall shadows, yan, you can adjust that one, but okay. So, medyo minimal lang. Okay, then, yung midtones, okay, so adjust natin. Okay, then yung highlights, okay, so, oops. Okay, so nagbe-build up siya ng artifacts. Okay, so I guess drag ko lang siya pa ilalim. Okay, we have that one. Okay, so let's check. This is before, this is after. Okay, then next after color wheels and match. Okay, so we have also HSL secondary. Ito talaga magagamit ko talaga ito. Okay, so if we try to see, okay na ako sa background. But yung kulang ko, okay, nandito naman sa subject. Okay, so sa overall talaga na video. Okay, so I will adjust the skin tone of my subject using HSL secondary. Okay. So all I'm gonna do is I will use also the eye drop. So we have eye drop here. Then I will choose the skin tone of my subject. Yan. So automatically nandiyan na yung nag-adjust na yung nandito na yung property niya. Okay? So yung gagawin ko is I will uncheck yung saturation at saka yung luma. Then, I will check yung mask. Okay? So, magsaset muna ako ng area. Okay? So, good for my subject. Okay? So, I guess, I will drag muna yung smoothness. Nandito yung smoothness sa ilalim. Okay? So, more tayo dito sa sa subject. Okay? Then, oops. Okay, then after nyan, so para medyo smooth yung effects natin, so mag-adjust ako ng smoothness ng effects. Okay. So we have that one. Then I will check the saturation. Then I will select again the area. Okay. More dito sa skin tone ng subject ko. Okay. So I guess okay, so pati yung face. Okay, I'm good enough for that. Then, yan. So, actually, you can adjust also the size. Okay, so, okay, parang ganyan. Okay, then, I will adjust the smoothness of my saturation. Okay, then now we'll go to the luma. So I will check the luma. Okay, I will select skin tone. Okay, or you can also adjust natin. Okay, yan. Then yung smoothness, adjust ko lang. Okay? Okay, you have that one. So, uncheck ko lang yung mask. Then yung gagawin ko dito sa ilalim, so we have refine, tsaka we have correction. So punta ako dito sa correction. Then I can adjust yung temperature. Like for example, I will add something warm para sa subject ko. Yan. Then I can also adjust yung contrast ng subject ko. Okay, but okay, like for example, so we got 4. Okay, so you can also adjust sharpen dito. Okay, so if you want to adjust yung sharpen, basically dito specific for the subject. So you can that one. So like for example, we will put here 10. Okay, then we can adjust also the saturation. Okay, for like for example, parang sobra yung temperature niyo, then you have to adjust yung yan. Okay, yung saturation based doon sa temperature. So you got one. Then if I drag pa itaas dito sa para color wheel niya. So mag-add siya ng lights. Okay? So more lights. Kapag ibaba, so yan yung nangyayari. Yan. So I guess I will add more lights para medyo na-emphasize yung subject natin. Yan. Okay? So this is before, then this is after. Okay? So good. Okay. So let's try to play. So okay, so this is before, then this is after. Okay. Let's check kung overall, kung okay yung color natin. Okay. So how? Oh, parang okay na ako dyan. Okay. Then, okay. So if you want to adjust yung lights, so again, so you can adjust yung lights. Okay. So, okay, you can adjust dito sa basic corrections, like parang too much sa inyo yung exposure or yung highlights. Okay, you can adjust that one. Okay, so yes, we will put here 0.2, then for the highlights, we'll put here. Okay, something. Then next, so we're all good in sa HSL secondary. Okay, then we have vignette. Okay, for the vignette, okay, like for example, so you have to something to emphasize yung subject, you can add vignette. Okay, ito yung effect ng vignette. Okay? Yan, so that one. Then yung midpoint, so pwede niyan adjust. Yung roundness, pwede niyan. Then yung feather, okay, okay, but okay, for now, so we'll try to okay, minimal lang. Okay, na hindi masisira yung footage natin. Okay, so ano ba din ako? Okay, so let's check. Ito yung okay, ito yung before, then ito yung after. Okay. So dito parang dal talaga. So actually it's a flat na material. So kung titingnan natin, so wala siyang masyadong highlights, wala siyang masyadong kulay, wala siyang masyadong shadows, but using these color corrections, yan, so medyo nabuhayan yung video natin. Okay? So, we'll try to add another video. Okay, so medyo mabilis lang. Okay, so this time, okay, dito. So, try naman natin yung layering at saka yung masking. Okay? So, I will drag here, papunta dito. Okay, sir. Try test. More lang tayo sa... Yan. Okay, ito yung second video. Okay, so for the second video, so again, so medyo mabilisan tayo. So yung gagawin ko is I have to correct muna yung basic correction. So I will use na lang yung eyedropper, then I will select yung white dito. Yan, okay. Then for this video, so I guess mas maganda lalagyan natin ng effects na parang sunset. Okay, so dito, okay, so adjust muna natin yung... Okay, so far goods lang ako dyan muna. Okay, so mag-add ako ng layer. So punta ako dito. Okay, so punta ako ng effects. Okay, so we have that one. Okay, so try to see. No. Okay, so ito na lang pala. Okay, so magka-copy na lang ako dito. So we have okay, so we have white balance nandito. So para hindi na ako medyo mahirapan. So we can copy and paste here. So we can do that. Okay, so copy. So then paste. Okay, so then rename. Okay, so this one is good for sunset effects. Okay, then this one good for background. Okay, for the sunset effects, okay, so I will use mask. Ito yung mask. Okay. So mag-create ako dito ng something ellipse. Okay. Then dito, so adjust ko lang yung... Okay, so dito na lang para medyo hindi tayo mahihirapan. Okay, so I will select lang yung sunset effects. Nandito yung layering natin. So makikita natin dito sa color ng workspace. Okay. Then dito, so yung gagawin ko, so yung temperature niya, so mag-add lang ako ng warm color. Right? So if you try to see that one, so yan yung effects niya. Oops, sorry. We have that one. So okay, yung gagawin ko para masyadong smooth yung effects ng mask natin. Okay? So, I will adjust here the feather. Ito yung feather. Okay? So, yan. Ito yung sharp kapag 0. Kapag nag-add tayo ng feather, ito yung nangyayari. Okay? Then, balik ako dito. So, I guess I will add more warm color. Okay? Then, okay, I will expand the mask. Okay, you have that one. Then exposure. Okay, so you can add exposure dito. Okay, so I guess 0.2. Okay, we can add contrast. Okay, specifically dito sa mask. Okay, so if we try to see the affected yung ibang area kasi naka-mask tayo. Okay. You can add highlights dito. Okay. Bagong shadow. More whites. Okay. Wala nang blacks. Okay. So we have that one. Okay. You can also add tint like magenta. Okay, like that one. Okay, so we can expand the effects of mask. Okay, we have that one. Then next, so, change ko yung layer ko. From sunset effects, change ko into background na layer. Okay, then dito, you can adjust yung exposure. Okay, good for background picture. So, tingnan natin muna. Okay, yung mask. Okay, so let's try to add the effects of background. Okay, so I guess overall siya. So, yung gagawin ko, delete ko muna ito. Then, copy ko ulit with mask na. So, kanina is walang mask yun. So, copy ko ulit with mask na. Then, paste ko dito. Okay. Then, this time, rename. Okay. Then, I will apply the good for background. Okay. Okay. Then, next. Okay. Kung titingnan natin, parang nag-double na yung layer natin for ano. But, yung purpose niya dito is good for background. So, it means yung mask ko, yung gagawin ko is invert ko yung mask ko. So, we have here inverted. So, check lang yung inverted. Okay. Yan. So, it means if I try to adjust the color, so, yan. So, good for background lang siya. Okay. So, hindi kasama yung sunset. Okay. Okay. So, I guess, medyo mag-add tayo ng warm but not totally as much doon sa sunset natin. So, I guess we have 2. Okay. Then, same here para sa tint natin. So, I guess, sorry. Good for 2 lang. Okay. Okay, so, yes. Let's try to tint. And let's try also. Okay, I'm good enough for that. Then, okay, so nandito ako ngayon sa background na effects ng layer. Okay? Then you can add exposure, for example, that one. Okay, so you can adjust the exposure, yung contrast. Okay, so dapat medyo dito na side is medyo malilim siya. Then dito na side is medyo nandun yung lights. Okay. That one. Then for the creative, okay, so you can also add faded bang, parang yung effects niya is parang same sa parang cinematic. Then you can also sharpen that one. Then you can add also vibrance. Then you can also saturation. Okay. Then after nyan, for example is okay. Ano muna? So then see, let's try to add warm at saka yung cool. Okay. Dito na effects. Okay, from before, yan yung before, then yan yung after. Then if you want to finalize that one, both for them, okay, so you can add another lumetri, color effects, then overall, okay, both sunset, yung good for sunset, saka good for background. So totally is gusto nyong adjust. So, okay. Ito na yung sinasabi natin, finalizing, okay? So, if I try to adjust that one, like for example dito, so both for them, try to see, right? So, nag-adjust yan, okay? Okay, so let's check. Okay, so dito na lang. So ito yung original. Okay, it's a flat video. Okay, then you add like that one. So meron tayong layer for color effects, good for sunset. Okay, then we have also layer color effects, good for the background or the other area here. Then we have this one, like if you want to finalizing your video, okay, so we have here another layer. Alright, so if you try to see, that's our final output. Okay, so I guess that's all for my topics. So Yan, so una, so yan yung sabi ko, parang overwhelmed. But if you try to explore here and give time for them dito sa colors, actually hindi naman siya masyadong mahirap. Okay, so I guess that's all for my presentations. Okay, so Mr. Ed.
Thank you very much, Sir Ian, for that very informative and artistic rendition of your webinar topic. Actually, we do really learned a lot and enjoyed how you walk us through in making that sunset filter into the video. Yeah, mahirap ba yun, sir? It
Kapag
looks very easy, but
actually
yeah.
kapag hindi ka masyado familiar dito sa tools ng ng Premiere Pro, yes, I can say na mahirap talaga. Especially hindi mo alam yung purpose ng temperature, ng tint, ng busy correction, ng creative, ng curves. Yes, masasabi ko na mahirap talaga. But if you give time for this, actually hindi naman siya mahirap. Actually medyo exciting nga eh.
Yeah.
Kapag magamit ka ng Premiere Pro.
Right, yes. Imagine putting like a sunset filter into that seemingly dull first. Now it looks dull, the video looks dull and without pop of colors, but you can actually edit the color of the video. It's just so exciting. And for me, it's a new learning experience. So I know our virtual audience also felt the same way. And we are now into our open forum segment. Are you ready? Yes.
Yes, Mr. Ed.
We will be entertaining questions from our virtual audience. And here is our first question. How to properly manage color in Adobe Pro?
Okay, so yan yung sabi ko kanina. So from pre-production pa lang, so dapat nakaset na yung preference ng camera. So yun yung sabi ko na mas maganda kapag naka-flat lang yung video or something neutral lang siya. Then actually follow lang yung dalawa talaga, yung color corrections at saka yung color grading. Okay, so dapat wag lang talaga sobra. So based lang doon sa sa intended mo talaga na purpose. Then isa pa doon malaking tulong yung tinatawag natin color harmonies. Yung combination of colors. Yan.
Okay.
Like monochromatic, complementary, yan.
Yeah. So you're saying, Sir Ian, that prior to editing, you should shoot the video or shoot the video with the light, the right colors or lighting already, so that it will be easier to manipulate it during the editing process.
Yes, Ms. Fred. So set mo na talaga doon, from pre-production pa lang, set mo talaga doon.
Yeah.
Then when it comes to post-production, so I guess hindi ka na talaga mahihirapan. So easy na lang yung pag-manage mo.
During the shooting stage, do you recommend any, what do you call that, artificial lighting?
Mostly, sa pagkakalam ko talaga. So mostly sa mga friends ko na photographer, they need talaga yung lights talaga.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for those tips and clarifications. We move on to our second question. And how it says here, how to determine the color space of my monitor.
So actually, before you buy that monitor, so I guess sa doon pa lang sa meron niyang parang list doon na hanggang saan yung kaya na monitor mo yung kulay na may bibigay. So parang minsan nasa karton or ask mo lang yung gumawa ng
seller. Okay, yeah, all right. When you're doing the editing, sir, what is your lighting preference? Because there's a percentage of lighting of your monitor. Nasa full 100% ba yung light mo?
So mostly yan, Ms. Red, to calibrate is not totally na naka 100% lang talaga.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
it based talaga doon sa intended mo na ano, na design. Okay? So,
Mhm.
yung iba gumagamit ng spider na hardware, then automatically yung monitor nila, so nagka-calibrate yan based doon sa
Mhm.
voltage na ini-import
Mhm.
nila.
Yeah. This is actually a good question kasi sometimes the color at the monitor in the PC is different compared to when you render the video or watch the video through your mobile phones. And also depending what brand of monitor you are using and what brand of cell phone or model of cell phone or smartphone you are using, it differs.
Tama yan, Miss Red. Kasi yung pagkakaalam ko, yung mga lumang monitor, so medyo mababa yung color space. But yung
Mhm.
ngayon, yung mga, especially kapag 4K yung ano mo, yung monitor mo. So I guess,
Yeah.
mataas yung color space niya.
Yes, great answer, and thank you for that clarification. Before we move on to our third question, sir, let us also say thank you and greet our virtual audience who are still with us up to this point of our webinar. And Sir Xavier Verdon here is saying that he is still watching up to this
Wow.
point. Thank you very much. And I guess Sir Xavier here is one of our avid supporter of our webinars, right? And we also have um, Jacqueline Sabata Infante still watching from CTU Malwal campus. Thank you very much. And Sir Vincent de la Cruz del Rosario. Hello, Sir Ian. I guess you know him because he said,
From Bulacan.
Kamusta? Yeah, Sir Vincent. All right. Thank you very much. And you may still send your questions if you do have any questions or clarifications through our open forum form link. You may find that in our description bar. We go now to our third question. All right. Okay. And it says here, can Adobe Pro work seamlessly with other apps like Adobe Photoshop or After Effects?
So I guess yan yung isa sa pinaka-advantage ng Premiere Pro. Kasi yung standard when it comes to designing, like sa raster, so meron tayong Photoshop. So it means mostly talaga ginagamit natin yung Photoshop. So kapag gumagawa tayo ng design dito sa Photoshop, then when it comes to gusto natin medyo maglalagay tayo ng motion, yes, I can say that it can work seamlessly doon sa Adobe Premiere Pro. Basta yung yung application is pare yung gawa ng isang company, sir. Like yan yung Adobe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. And thank you for that clarification, sir. Let's move on to our fourth question. Is there a limit to the length of the video that you can edit in Adobe?
So actually, it depends sa system na ginagamit mo. So kung medyo mababa yung specification ng computer na ginagamit mo, especially yung GPU, so I guess medyo may limit lang talaga yung pag-i-edit mo. So hindi ka pwedeng gumamit ng multiple effects kasi yung PC mismo maglalag. But as long na kaya ng PC mo, so I can say na nagbabari yung limitation ng Adobe din.
In your experience, what's the longest video that you have edited?
Okay, so from the scratch, so most likely yung pinakamatagal ko is more about mga 30 minutes, mga 20 or 30 minutes from the scratch. Yeah, then yan yung pinakamatagal dyan actually. So aside doon sa minsan naglalag na yung timeline ko, yung rendering. So when it comes kapag mahaba na yung medyo sa rendering dyan naman.
If you have like the 30-minute video, how long is the rendering?
So depends sa quality ng video na ginamit mo, then especially depends sa effects na ginamit mo. So kapag medyo madami talaga, so most likely aabot yan ng an hour. So more than an hour is well. Okay.
Yeah. So they
pero
should...
kung mga cutting malang, like for example, you have 1 hour video, then most likely yung ginawa mo is cutting mo lang. So yung timeline mo, so medyo yan, lalaban yan. But when it comes sa rendering, kapag mahaba talaga yung duration ng video mo, so aabot pa rin yan into something an hour.
So that should be one of the factors that the artist would take into consideration when they are editing, the time of rendering as well.
Yes, Miss Red. So dapat
Mhm.
mataas talaga yung specification ng
Mhm.
computer na ginagamit when it comes
Mhm.
kapag ito yung career na
Mm.
ginagawa mo.
Yes, that's well noted. Thank you for that tips and clarification. Our virtual audience here is saying that they are still watching, especially Anna May Vilenson. She sends a virtual heart reaction. Thank you. We have also here Gio Coronel from CTO Malbual still watching with us, and Singlengs Lumahen. And she is having, or he is having a cup of coffee while joining us this with this webinar. So, do you have any parting? Okay, yeah. One more question before we end. All right. Question number
Yes, Red.
5: Is there a system requirement for Adobe? This question is coming from Anna Marie Belenson.
Okay, for the system requirements, so for the processor, so I guess I truly advise na kung kaya Core i5 yung processor, then actually it depends sa version ng Adobe na ginagamit mo. Kung medyo pinaka-latest talaga, like 2019, 2020, or 2021, so I guess yan. So I truly advise na kung kaya Core i5. Then when it comes to memory, yung minimum requirement natin for the RAM is we have 8 gig. But I truly advise na kung kaya 16 or something 30 plus na RAM, so mas mabuti yan. Okay. Then for the video card, ito talaga, need talaga natin ito. Especially kanina sa pag-edit ng colors at saka paglalagay ng effects. So most likely, diyan nag-struggle talaga diyan sa GPU, sa video card. So most likely is I recommend talaga na medyo mataas din yung video card na gagamitin. Okay? Then for the hard disk, so especially marami ka talagang projects na ginagawa dito sa Premiere Pro. So ito really advice talaga na mataas talaga dapat yung hard disk, especially doon sa mga files na ini-import mo. Then yan, so kung kaya 1 terabyte, so mas mabuti. Then I advise din also na lagyan ng SSD. So aside doon sa hard disk, good for running the applications. Then for the monitor, yun yung sabi ko kanina. So medyo mataas lang yung color space, that medyo maganda lang yung calibrations. So malaking factors yan sa pag-edit ng video, especially sa call.
Yep. Thank you for answering that question, Sir Ian, and for the tips. I hope, Anna, thank you for that question. I hope you were able to take down the tips of Sir Ian. And that's it. That was the last question for this segment. Do you have any last words or parting message before we end this segment?
Okay, so yan. So actually, so I have 3 parts na in video editing. So one of the demand now when it comes sa outsourcing, when it comes sa freelancing, so ito yung video editing talaga.
Right.
So, okay, kahit hindi Premiere Pro yung gagamitin nyo, actually okay lang yan. As long na yung functionality ng tools like kagaya kanina, yung color corrections, yung color grading. So as long lang na pinapalo natin. Yan, Ms. Red.
Yes. Thank you, Sir Ian. Let us give Sir
welcome, sir.
Ian some virtual round of applause. And if you are happy joining us in this webinar with this topic, let us send a virtual heart reaction, virtual hug, or virtual clap like so to show you how much you are happy with this webinar topic. We would like to express our most profound appreciation to our expert speaker, Sir Ian Christian Antonio, for sharing his expert tips and advices about our webinar topic for this afternoon. Moreover, we would like to thank our active participants for tuning in up to the end of this session. We would like to emphasize how you can get a virtual or a digital certificate for attending this webinar. Please provide us your evaluations through the link provided in the description bar below. Do this right after the webinar ends or right now. You may click the link in our evaluation. I hope you are doing it right now. Okay, so we would like to remind you, or you may scan the QR code flashed on your screen. We also would like to remind you that your email address should be typed in correctly, and be careful with the spelling of your email address so it won't bounce back. The evaluation site will be open until 6 o'clock this evening. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This concludes our Visual Graphic Design Webinar 16 Adobe Premiere Colors. On November 9th, we will have another webinar, 2D animation webinar. See you in the same platform that you are currently using. You should be able to receive a link through your emails. So that's it, everyone. This is Red again, reminding you that mental health matters. Stay safe and take care. NOLITC inspire. NOLITC cares. Avance, Negrense.